So in today's random craziness, we're making Indian lime pickle. As I want to do, I found an Indian lime pickle recipe, and you can see the author right there, Vishali, I think that's pronounced, who trades as Holy Cow Vegan. So we'll use their recipe, and let's do us some pickles. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. My friend Cheryl gifted me some limes. Thank you, Cheryl. And she said at the time, now these are a special lime, very thin skinned and full of juice. Okay, I thought, what do we do with these? So we'll start out just by giving all the limes a good old wash. And we'll let them dry. Okay, now I thought I had a well-stocked pantry, but apparently not. So let's talk through the things I don't have. Is Nigella seeds. I'm substituting poppy seeds. I don't have asafoetida. I'm substituting half garlic and half onion powders. Otherwise we're right. Rightio. So step one. We're going to fry off the seeds and then we're going to grind them. So those three are going to be put in a pan and just fried off for 3 to 5 minutes. And the powdered ingredients then will be added to that and they'll go into the jar. Alrighty. At the same time I'm frying those spice seeds off, I might start and cut up the limes. I'll get in touch with my inner woman and try and multitask a bit. So I'll cut these up into smallish pieces. It's just 2 teaspoons of the poppy and the fenugreek and 1 of the fennel. And they'll go into my little tiny cast iron pan, which some people get excited when they start using cast iron, but given that I use it every day, it's probably not so exciting for me, is it? When I'm frying off spices, I tend to keep them moving, and that's to try and avoid burning them. Now that's particularly important if you're doing things like garlic. They're nicely fried off. I'm going to pop them in the spice grinder in a tick. There's our seeds ground up into a powder. So we're going to add all the spice powders in this big jar with our roughly chopped up pickling limes. Just a quick note, it does actually say 2 heaped tablespoons of cayenne pepper. I'm not doing that, so I've dropped it down to 1 heaped teaspoon. So hopefully you can hear those mustard seeds are sputtering in a cup of oil. Use vegetable oil, I presume, because it's not strongly flavoured. And when that's stopped crackling, I'll pour it in the jar. You can see all the other spices are in there. So there it is. I've read the recipe again several times, and it does, I was worried because it uses bloody half a cup of salt, and I thought, geez, that's going to be horrific. But I've reread it and it's definitely correct. And what's interesting is she says that that's absolutely essential because that's what creates the right environment for the bacteria to grow in that ferments as the pickle. So there you go. So it's supposed to take a week. It specifically recommends to keep it out in the sun. Now my only bit of an issue, you can see the oil down the bottom there, my only bit of an issue is somehow there's a crack in the lid. So hopefully you can see that. So I'll have to cogitate a bit and work out what I'm going to do about that. Yeah, I'll come up with a plan. I actually left these go for probably close to 3 weeks rather than the one they said. Smells bloody good. I'm going to get a bit out and try it on a piece of fruit scone. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Wish me luck. I'm going in. You can probably hear me munching. It's quite nice. I think I'm going to add a bit of sugar though. It's got a lovely tart and certainly lovely and spicy with a little afterbite. Yeah, it is good. I think I'd just like it a little better with a bit of sugar. So I might throw a bit of sugar in there, mix it up well, leave it for a couple of more days and then can it. Throwing in probably 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'll give that a good mix up and I'll let it sit for a week again. Disappointment. Texture's good. Certainly was the right variety of lime. Very thin skinned. That's really easy eating. But it's just far too tart. So I'd add an extra half a cup of brown sugar. I'd have to add so much bloody brown sugar that really you're talking about a jam. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I deem that a failure, and I do like to show my failures, as you know. So it's not a recipe I'd recommend or a pickle that I would do again. Or not even keeping it. I'll never eat it.